Hi and welcome to day 5 of our art journal tutorial. Today is the day that we actually put everything together that we've been working on for the last 4 days. So we have this is what we're aiming for, roughly. We have our background, we have our shells that we made, and we have our tissue paper. So today all you need is a paintbrush, and I'm using the same one that I used to put the gesso on with yesterday. Some water, because we're going to be painting with gel medium, and I don't want it to harden on the brush because I'll only end up having to throw it away. So just have some water handy so you can put the brush in the water and it'll clean out without any trouble, and then you can use your brush forever and a day. The other things that I'll be using, again, it'll be the Faded Jeans Distress Oxides with a blending tool, archival ink, a heat tool, and the stamps are from, I had the stamp set handy, where did I put it? I'm using the stitching from Grungy Borders from Rubber Dance, and I'm using the Words Memoirs from this set that we've been working with all week. That set's called Retro Beach. Sorry about that, we just went all blurry. It mustn't have liked me going in and out. Okay, what else do we need? I think that's everything. Oh, funky glue stick. Funky glue stick. It's almost like, you know, the Uhu glue. It's purple that dries clear, but in a lipstick size container, but it dries super hard. So what you'll find is you'll be able to stick things to canvases and everything like that. Someone put me onto that last year, and it is super strong. Highly recommend the funky stick for gluing with. It's only cheap too, so it's extra bonus. All right, so we're going to put everything together. Let's go down to the table. Here we go. I've got my words mounted on my craft, on my stamping block ready. The stitching I'll be using freehand, so I might do that one now first, and then the stitching is done. And I just check the edges with my fingers, and I'm going to put some random freestyle stitches there and there just to create a bit of border. A few more, just random, like that. And then I like to go in the opposite corners, so again, like that. I'm not lining it up. I quite like the rustic look, so don't be too fussy. All right, so we've added to our border in the top corner there, and in the bottom, so opposite corners. I just think that's a nice thing to do, is to do things diagonally. Now the words, let me make sure I've got it the right way around. If you're not too sure, you just want to double check, stamp it off onto a bit of paper before you commit. If you've got that doubt in your mind, double check. So Memoirs is going there. I'm going to stamp it off because I only want some fading, really faint, up in the top corner, just like that. Okay, and then dry with the heat tool. Remember I said on one of the previous days, archival ink is slow drying on shiny surfaces. So I would count the gesso and the alcohol ink as products that make a shiny surface. So just make sure that everything's dried properly. Like that. Now, what I'm going to do is get the funky glue stick, pick out one of my shells, doesn't matter which one, and I'm going to just cover it with the glue. You can see how it goes purple, and then I'm just going to place it roughly there. And I quite like it going over the edge because then I can trim it off. I found this handy tip last year where they said, someone was asking how long do you have to hold down glued bits before they take, or before you can let go, and it's just until it takes, and then you can let it go. I'm going to be putting a tissue paper image over the top of that, so I might even do that now. Then it's done. Right, we're going to be putting this lady. The way that I like to do it is I put glue on the back. I start from the centre and paint outwards. It's because tissue paper is so fine. And then I'm going to put it roughly in the area that it's going down in. This is the tricky part, picking it up and then putting it down. The reason, I'll just concentrate here for a sec and then I'll tell you the reason behind everything. And yes, I do just smooth it out with my fingers, add a bit more glue, go from the centre outwards, just to get any air bubbles out of your... So this is how it's looking so far. I could have put her across a little bit more. I don't really want to lift it. Or can I lift it? Might be too late. No, I don't want to risk. I won't do that. Up in the top corner, while I've got glue on my brush, same thing again. I start from the centre and apply the glue towards the outside of the tissue paper. This just helps it to stop ripping because tissue paper is so fine, so fine. Okay, and this one is going up. And I'll try and get it straight-ish. Takes a bit of fiddling. Okay, and then brush outwards. And then I like to go over it with my fingers, like I said, and just push out any air bubbles. And it also takes out any excess gel medium that you might have. So this is how we're coming along so far. That's dry over there, so I will get my scissors and trim that up now so that you can see. See how it makes a difference when you take it over the edge and then trim it up to fit your page? Are you liking it so far? Okay, on with the next part. We need to get that girl on, but we need to firstly put some shells down in the background. So if you look at this one, the shells go behind her. So we're going to put the shells down first, put the tissue paper over the top, and then put the shell in front of the tissue paper. So it's back, in the middle layer, and front layer. 1, 2, 3. That's how we're going to do it. So again, I'll just use the funky stick, and that goes there. As always, I like it to go off the edge, and you just hold it until it takes. Holding it until it takes. That's fine. Then I'll go in this one. Goes roughly, well, it doesn't really matter. We'll just turn them around It's very fast drying, this glue, so it doesn't take very long for it to stick down. And I think a nice pink one up into the top area. Oh, where will I put it? Right there. Just like that. Holding that until it takes. I want to put another couple of shells in different places. So this one up here had another shell. Holding it till it takes. So that's what we've done up here. We're going to put another shell over here in the top corner as well. Just pushing that out. It's like it gives it a nice edge. Real nice edge. See how that just blends in? This one's going well. We've got some shells down here. We have one shell left, but first we have to put our lady on there. Okay, she's from Take the Plunge. And again, from the center with our gel medium, painting out towards the edges. If you don't have enough glue on your paintbrush, it will catch and increase your risk of tearing the tissue paper. So just so that you're aware of that. A medium amount, you know, otherwise you're just going to be very carefully. The bigger the image, the bigger the chance of having it fold over on itself. Oh, did tear some. That's okay. It's all good. Okay, and painting her out like that. And then I go over it with my fingers, just like I did for the other two images. And push out gently any air bubbles. And then we finish off with our glue stick on our last shell, like that. And I just thought it would be nice to have it coming from her feet across, holding it down until it takes, which isn't too long. Now I can put my brush in the jar of water. Oh, don't want it to dry out. That should be right. Putting my lid back on my gel medium because, again, I don't want that to dry out. And the glue stick. So everything is protected. And look how that's come together. Do you like that so far? We'll quickly dry. We won't be able to dry it off completely, but we'll get the bulk of the drying done because there's a couple of other little things that we need to do. Might dry it from the back as well. Okay, sorry about that. It does take a little while for the gel medium to dry. It's still not completely dry, but it's not too bad. We're just going to trim up these bits that are hanging over the edge. I like to turn it over because then I can see and get the scissors and take them off. So we'll just do that. There's one there. I think that's right. Yep, it just tidies everything up. Now this is where you look at your piece and you think, what else do I want to do? I could go in, and I probably will, and stamp some more stars down here with the Quiche Flamingo. Just to, and I might put another couple of stars up here as well. I'm also going to go in with an ink blending tool and the Faded Jeans oxides and put a bit of a border around, because it's nice to have a border. And I thought the blue is nice because it sort of fits the theme of the sea. And I'll just go where the stenciling is. I'm not going to worry about where I've got my images. So I'll leave no border on there and go up there. And I thought it might be nice just to go in some areas and just add a touch of blue, just a touch of oxides here and there to make everything gel just that little bit better. It's just with a light hand. I think if you're going too heavy, you might end up tap it off, twist some more here and there. Just bring that blue into those light areas, light as a feather, like that. Grab the star, put it on the stamping block, add the Quiche Flamingo, and I said I'd like to add some more stars. That looks good. If I wanted to, as a thought, I could go in with the Faded Jeans and add a couple of blue stars as well. Wonder what that would look like. Let's see. We'll put one there. Oh yes, I think that's a good idea. And because everything's in threes, we'll put one up there. Okay, and this is how our page has finished up. How did you go with your page? Did you manage to play along each day? If you did, let me know, because if it's something that you're interested in doing, it's something that I can look at doing again another day. So let me know what you would like me to do. I'm happy to sit here and play and put things together for you. So here are our two cards, journal pages, and similar. I think the colours are different on this one to this one because the base alcohol inks, more of the yellow came through, and in the one that we've done, more of the pinks and blues have come through. So it just gives a slightly different tinge. But there you go, they're our two pages. I think we've done okay. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I've had an absolute ball, and thank you to all the lovely comments. Don't forget to go and visit Inkart Designs. We have rubber dance stamps available right here in Australia at Inkart Designs, and we try to keep a really good range. If there's anything that you want that we haven't got, let me know, because I can certainly get on to rubber dance and see if we can get them in for you. Until next time, thank you so much for joining me this week. Bye.